Hey there, knowledge seekers. It's December 23rd, 2024. And AI is everywhere,
Yeah,
But
it's wild.
what if I told you
Hmm.
you could actually pick up the phone and talk to it?
Talk to AI.
Yeah.
Like actually have a conversation.
That's what we're diving deep into today. OpenAI's experimental service, 1-800-ChatGPT. It's like a direct line to ChatGPT, but through phone calls and even WhatsApp.
Wow.
You've got the official info right here from OpenAI's Help Center. So consider this your shortcut to understanding this potentially groundbreaking development.
I am so ready to unpack all of this.
Okay, so first things first. You can actually call or message ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And get this, you don't even need an account.
No account.
Calls are available in the US and Canada, while WhatsApp is supported in select countries.
So they're really aiming for wide accessibility.
Yeah.
It seems like OpenAI is going for mass data collection to refine their system.
Yeah.
Classic move, in the world of tech innovation.
Makes sense.
This is the giant public beta test,
Yeah.
giving us a glimpse into the future of AI interaction.
I'm impressed already. But I do see that you only get 15 minutes of free talk time per month, and there's a daily limit on messages.
Okay.
15 minutes doesn't seem like a lot. Will that be enough for people to really get a good feel for how 1-800-ChatGPT works?
That's a great question. It might seem restrictive, but think about it. Limited access generates buzz and a sense of scarcity.
Oh.
It also helps OpenAI manage that immense server load that comes with offering a free service to millions.
Right.
Plus, it encourages user feedback, which is pure gold for a company trying to perfect a groundbreaking technology.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm seeing here a pro tip. OpenAI recommends using 1-800-ChatGPT in a quiet environment, emphasizing noise isolation. They even suggest headphones for the best experience.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It kind of reveals that even with all the progress in AI, speech recognition technology is still susceptible to interference. All that background noise can be misconstrued as prompts,
Oh, so you're saying
which could lead to some interesting conversations.
like when you accidentally trigger your smart speaker. A random word from the TV.
Exactly.
Now, WhatsApp integration is super cool, but I'm noticing it's text only for now.
Okay.
No fancy features like image uploads
Yeah.
or giving ChatGPT custom instructions. At least not yet.
Yeah, and one crucial detail I'm seeing here, tucked away in the documentation, is the knowledge cutoff date, October 2023.
Really?
So 1-800-ChatGPT won't be your go-to source for breaking news or the latest viral trends.
So it's not going to be like...
You can ask about historical events or scientific concepts,
Yeah,
but you won't be getting real-time information.
that's an important point. So if you're looking for up-to-the-minute info, you'll have to stick with your regular news sources.
Exactly. The knowledge cutoff highlights the challenges of keeping these massive language models constantly updated, with the deluge of information generated every day.
It's like trying to drink from a fire hose.
It really is.
So we've covered calling
Yeah.
and texting, but what about group chats? Can you add ChatGPT to a WhatsApp group with your friends?
Not currently. And when you think about it, unleashing this kind of advanced AI on a group chat could get pretty wild.
Oh, yeah.
OpenAI is likely still working through the potential implications, group dynamics and how ChatGPT would navigate those complex interactions.
I can only imagine the chaos and the entertainment.
Yeah.
So let's get into something that's always a hot topic, privacy.
Yeah.
The Help Center mentions that OpenAI stores calls and messages for safety and abuse prevention.
Transparency around data retention is crucial. OpenAI is being upfront about this, but users need to be aware that even these seemingly casual conversations with AI leave a digital footprint.
How do you think this data retention policy will impact user trust and adoption?
That is the question. People are definitely more conscious of data privacy these days. But then again, most of us are already using services that collect data,
Yeah, that's true.
so maybe it won't be a huge deterrent.
What are your thoughts?
I think it's a trade-off. People will weigh the convenience and potential benefits of 1-800-ChatGPT against their concerns about data privacy. OpenAI is betting that the value proposition will outweigh those concerns for many users, especially given that they allow you to request deletion of your data.
Right. And it's also important to remember that WhatsApp has its own terms of service and privacy policies,
Right.
which adds another layer to the whole data situation. Speaking of important things to remember, this service is still experimental.
Oh, right.
OpenAI acknowledges there might be some hiccups along the way, but they're actively seeking user feedback to improve.
That's what I find encouraging. The troubleshooting section of the Help Center suggests OpenAI is genuinely open to user input.
So you're saying?
This means that early adopters could play a role in shaping the future of this service.
That's a cool way to look at it. Your feedback could actually influence how 1-800-CHAT-GPT evolves. Now, there's also a section on blocked numbers. This happens for violations of their terms of service, or if you're calling from an unsupported region.
This points to the fine line. OpenAI is walking between making AI widely accessible while ensuring responsible use. It's a powerful tool, and they're clearly taking steps to prevent misuse.
It's like giving everyone a powerful toolkit, but making sure there are safety measures in place.
Exactly.
And if you believe you've been blocked in error, there's a process to submit a request for review. So OpenAI seems to be acknowledging that there might be some kinks to work out in the system.
Which is to be expected with any technology in its early stages. It's a constant process of refinement and improvement.
So we've covered a lot of ground here, from the initial excitement of talking to AI to the practical considerations of data privacy and troubleshooting. What stands out to you so far?
What's most fascinating to me is the potential impact of this technology. If OpenAI is already experimenting with phone calls, it suggests a future where voice interaction with AI becomes the norm. Imagine being able to access information, complete tasks, even have complex conversations, all through voice commands.
Wow.
It could be revolutionary.
It's like having a super intelligent assistant in your pocket or on the other end of the phone line.
Oh, yeah.
I'm starting to see how this could change everything, from customer service to education to, well, just about every aspect of our lives.
Absolutely. It's an exciting time to be witnessing this evolution of AI. And it's just the beginning. It really does feel like we're on the cusp of something big.
Yeah.
You know, the way we interact with technology, the way we access information, it could all change dramatically.
It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it. Like, imagine you're stuck on a trivia question at a bar. And instead of frantically Googling, you just call up 1-800-CHAT-GPT for the answer.
I love that example. It highlights that potential shift from text-based searches to a more intuitive, voice-driven approach. But it also raises an interesting question. What happens to those who aren't comfortable using voice commands, or those who have limited access to technology?
Right.
Will this create a new digital divide?
That's a really good point. We can't get so caught up in the cool factor that we forget about inclusivity and accessibility. Technology should be a tool for empowerment, not a source of exclusion.
Exactly. As we move forward, it will be crucial to ensure that these advancements in AI benefit all of society, not just a select few.
I agree with that.
We need to think about how to make this technology accessible to people with different abilities, different levels of tech savviness, and different language backgrounds.
It's a challenge, but I have faith that we can find solutions. Okay, so we've talked about the features, the limitations, and some of the broader societal implications. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the knowledge cutoff.
Yeah.
Is it really feasible to have an AI that's essentially frozen in time, with information only up to October 2023?
That's one of the biggest hurdles for language models like ChatGPT, staying current with the constant influx of new information. Updating these models requires immense computational power and resources, and even then there's always a lag. It's like trying to update a giant encyclopedia in real time, an incredibly complex task.
I'm starting to get a headache just thinking about it. So knowing that 1-800-CHAT-GPT has this knowledge cutoff, how should people approach using this service? What are its strengths and weaknesses?
It's all about setting realistic expectations. If you need the latest news or stock prices, stick to dedicated sources.
Makes sense.
But if you want to delve into historical events, scientific concepts, or even just have a casual conversation about a topic that interests you, 1-800-CHAT-GPT can be a fantastic resource. It's like having access to a vast library of information, albeit one that's frozen in time.
That's more like a time capsule of knowledge.
Exactly. And that can be valuable in its own right. Imagine being able to ask questions about historical figures as if they were alive today.
Oh, wow.
Or exploring the nuances of a scientific theory from a specific point in time. It offers a unique perspective on knowledge and understanding.
Now that's what I call the deep dive. It's not just about getting quick answers. It's about exploring different perspectives and understanding the evolution of knowledge itself.
Precisely. And who knows, maybe this knowledge cutoff will eventually become less of a limitation. As AI technology continues to advance, we might see more dynamic language models that can constantly update and adapt to new information.
That would be incredible. It's like the difference between a static encyclopedia and a living, breathing source of knowledge that's constantly evolving.
I know.
But even with its limitations, 1-800-CHAT-GPT is a glimpse into the future of how we might interact with AI. It's no longer confined to our screens. It's accessible through our voices, through our phones, through a simple phone call or text message.
It's bringing AI into the realm of everyday life,
Yeah.
making it more relatable and approachable.
Yeah.
Instead of typing on a keyboard, you can now engage in a natural spoken conversation with an AI. It's like having a conversation with a knowledgeable friend or a helpful expert available at your fingertips.
It does feel more human, more conversational. But let's be real, it's still a machine, right? A really advanced machine, but a machine nonetheless.
Well-
So how do we navigate that? How do we ensure that we're using this technology responsibly and ethically without losing sight of the human element?
That's the million-dollar question. As AI becomes more integrated into our lives, we need to establish clear guidelines and ethical frameworks for its development and use. We need to consider the potential impact on jobs, on privacy, on human relationships.
It's like opening Pandora's box. There's this incredible potential, but also a need for caution and careful consideration.
Exactly. It's about finding that delicate balance between innovation and responsibility, ensuring that AI augments human capabilities and enriches our lives without compromising our values.
It sounds like we're talking about a whole new era of technological and societal evolution, one that requires careful navigation and a commitment to ethical principles.
Absolutely. And it's a journey that will require ongoing dialogue and collaboration. Between technologists, policymakers, ethicists, and the public, we need to have open conversations about the potential benefits and risks of AI and work together to shape its development in a way that benefits all of humanity.
Yeah, it really is a lot to think about. But hey, that's what the deep dive is all about, right? Taking complex topics and breaking them down so we can all understand the potential impact on our lives. We started with some pretty dense material from OpenAI's Help Center, but I feel like we've really unpacked the key points about 1-800-ChatGPT, from the practical details to the bigger picture implications.
We've covered a lot of ground today, and hopefully you're feeling a bit more informed and maybe even a bit inspired. We're living in an era of remarkable technological advancements, and 1-800-ChatGPT is a perfect example of how science fiction is becoming reality.
I know, it's pretty wild. Remember when we used to joke about having robots to do our chores? Well, now we can have AI answer our trivia questions and explain complex topics.
It is, and this deep dive has been all about giving you a shortcut to understanding this new development. You've gotten all the need-to-know facts and insights, so you're ahead of the curve. When it comes to understanding this new AI frontier,
You'll be the most informed person at your next dinner party, guaranteed. But it's not just about knowing the facts. It's about sparking that curiosity and encouraging critical thinking. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a thought-provoking question.
okay.
We've talked about 1-800-ChatGPT being a glimpse into the future. But what does that future actually look like?
That's the big question, isn't it? If OpenAI is already experimenting with phone calls and making AI this accessible, what's next? Is voice truly the next big interface? Will we be talking to our devices more than we type on them? What kind of ethical questions will we need to grapple with as AI becomes even more integrated into our daily lives?
These are questions we all need to ponder. As we move forward into this uncharted territory, it's exciting and a little bit daunting at the same time.
Absolutely. It's like standing on the edge of a new frontier, filled with both incredible possibilities and unknown challenges.
Well, I'm ready for the adventure. And hey, if you're feeling adventurous, why not give 1-800-ChatGPT a try? See what it's like to actually talk to AI. Let us know what you think. We always love hearing from our fellow knowledge seekers.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, or keep diving deep.
That's a wrap on this deep dive. We'll see you in the next episode.